Hey there, welcome back. It's time for the golden age of DC Comics, 365 days. I'm going through this page-a-day book every day and talking about comic books with you just a little bit. Yes, indeed. Hope your day's going awesome. I hope you're running this day and not having the day run you. That's a chef's advice. I live by that notion. And I'm glad to share it with you. Alrighty, today is January the 20th, and hope you're having a good winter so far. And let's talk about, mentioned him the other day, Wildcat, the Wildcat. This is Wildcat. Wildcat is an interesting character. He's what we would call a street-level character today. This is who, like, Daredevil and Luke Cage grew up to come from, is someone like Wildcat, who is also he's a boxer, he's a detective, and he's also a local to an urban center. So one of the fictional Gothams or Metropolis, he's a kid born and bred in the Bronx or the North End or the just one of the neighborhoods of the city itself. So he's got the attitude and the swagger. He's street smart and savvy, and he'll but his voice, he's got one of these like local voices there. This is my Boston local voice there. You can say park the car in Harvard Yard, but you don't want to park your car there. You get towed, and who wants to do that? So something like that, just the Gotham voice. I remember I like the old radio plays that kind of were parallel to these comic strips of the Golden Age. You can find them online. Superman and Batman, the radio adventures, and it would be the daily radio serial. And if we were looking in terms of continuity and how the story builds on its own kind of organically, the Superman radio show became the Superman television show, like story continuity wise. And that same show invented the K mineral, kryptonite. So there was some give and take between the non-print version and the print version. But yeah, let's read about Wildcat then, real quick. It's January 20th. This art was by Erwin Haysen, and it's from Sensation Comics number 49 from January of 1946. All right, so Wildcat was designed for the back pages of Sensation Comics, a new anthology introduced in 1942 to feature the adventures of Wonder Woman. Even at this early date, Wildcat was something of a second-generation superhero, since he got the idea for his act from a comic book featuring a Green Lantern story. Wildcat didn't have special powers and hardly needed them, since beneath his kitty costume, he was Ted Grant, the world's heavyweight champion boxer. In this comical splash page, the black-clad Wildcat confronts a common domestic feline, but in truth, it's his comedy sidekick, Sketch Skinner, in disguise. Hence probably the loaf of French bread and the loaf of mouth, why the cat would be stealing such human food, and all the hanging up of the dirty laundry perhaps in the background. It was like people would string up these lines between the tenement houses, like in the old movies, and dry their clothes. They would wash them by hand. They didn't have washing machines back then. Dryers. No, I know. Or the internet. This is how information got around. Literally. I mean, you would put big words in comic books, and my aunt always bought me a new dictionary every year kind of thing. Like, you're going to need it for the big words in your book. And you don't know that word? Look it up. And comic books, for me, have been the place where I've learned a lot of big words growing up. And a good comic book will have you going for the wiki, or going for the thesaurus, or the encyclopedia, to look up something and be like, wow, this is cool. Is this real? Yeah. So that's today for the golden age of DC Comics. 365. We're going to be talking about comic books every day for the rest of the year. Tune in tomorrow at 3 o'clock Eastern and find out, yeah? So yeah, thanks for tuning in. Give me a thumbs up if you like this kind of material. Give me a thumbs down if you didn't. I'm a big lad. I can handle it. Leave a comment in the comment section. Let's talk more about comic books. Let's talk more about Wildcat. Do you like the JSA? I mean, did you like the post-crisis Yolanda Montez? Let's talk more about it, huh? And also, I'd like to earn your subscription. I'm an ordained minister, an amateur theologian. I say, let's get spiritual, and we often do on this channel. I'm also a professional chef. I want to give you restaurant quality hacks in the kitchen so you can make delicious, nutritious, and beautiful food for the gang at home at your table when you break bread. Thank you so much for tuning in today and talking comic books. Yep, we're going to be talking comic books a lot on my channel. Thank you so very much. Cheers.